Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello,
Hi.
Ijoma. Good evening. Hello,
Hi,
Natasha. Good
Ijoma.
evening. Hi, good morning,
Hi.
good afternoon, good evening. Depends on wherever watching us from. My name is Chika, and with me I have Ijoma and Natasha, and we'll actually be your host for today. And our the amazing topic we have today for today's section is how our student went from zero to earning in tech, right? For those who actually want to transition into tech, but they are actually confused, like it's not somebody spoke to me yesterday and said it's not about taking training, it's not about transitioning into tech. Will I be able to earn? Will I be able to get my first job? How will I land my first job? So if you are currently confused, if you have somebody who wants to transition into tech, but the person has so much questions to ask, like, oh, how will I start earning? What skills is the best for me? So just share the link to the person and stay tuned. If I were you, I would actually have my pen and my notepad, jot down the amazing points we have today. So, how Ijoma, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for the introduction, Chika. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, Ijoma, I have a question for you, right?
Okay.
All right. So before I actually start, I would like to introduce AMDA Analytics for those of us who are actually watching us, who are joining for the first time. A couple of us here are already familiar with AMDA, familiar with what we do. The name AMDA is actually a big name, right? So most people already know AMDA. Just in case if you are joining us for the very first time, you're very welcome, right? At AMDA Analytics. For those who are joining us from the first time, you are very welcome to AMDA Analytics. So over here, what we'll do is AMDA Analytics is one of the most leading edtech company in Africa. Yes, you heard that, in Africa. So what we do actually is we dedicate our time to empower professionals and aspiring tech talents, right? Who wants to transition into tech, who wants to take training, hands-on practical training. We specialize in some of today's most in-demand roles, such as AI engineering, AI automation, project management, cybersecurity, business analysis, data engineering, and data science. So if you're interested in transitioning into tech, maybe you want to dive into any of these field I actually mentioned, or maybe you want to dive into tech, but yet you are still confused, you don't know which one to go into, then you have nothing to worry about. You can actually speak to me, you can speak to my colleagues, you can speak to Ijoma, Natasha, you can reach out to any of us to say, oh, I'm actually interested in transitioning into tech, but I'm actually confused. We will schedule a one-on-one free consultation with our consultant, so they will help draw your career map and help determine which career choice is the best path for you, right? So thank you once again, everyone, for joining. So I would ask my colleague the first question I have for her today. Right. Ijoma, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So, Ijoma, is it possible to go from zero to earning in tech quickly? Or the most success stories living, or what exactly is the most success stories living the hard truth? Don't leave anything. Just tell us do you think is actually to go from earning from zero to earning in tech quickly, like quickly. In Nigeria, we want sharp, sharp. Everybody wants to
Okay.
earn 2 months. Yeah.
Okay, so is it actually possible to go from zero to any in tech? Short answer, yes, it is very possible. But most people they're lying by omission, I would say, because what they don't tell you is quickly only happens when you focus on one skill at a time. One skill, one path, one outcome. So for you to move from zero to earning, you need structure, you need guidance, you need real world practice so that you're not just hopping on YouTube randomly and watching videos randomly. No, before you can start selling yourself early, you need structure. And that is what AMDO Analytics does, because what we do over here, we teach you profitable marketing skills. So you're not just learning random things just for the love of it. You're learning skills that are actually in demand. And then we give you the structure that you need. You practice on real data sets so that you can build your portfolio. So it's absolutely possible to go from zero to earning, but you have to do so if you have structure. You can't do it if you're learning by yourself on YouTube. No.
Thank you so much, Ijoma. That's a very direct and amazing answer, right? You can't do so without having a structure. So I know some people would ask, what is that structure? That is what we have here at AMDO Analytics. We hold you in your hands step by step and guide you From the first day you register, from the first day you made your payment and register, you'll be added to a community, to our AMD Analytics community. And once you're already in that community, consider yourself a step higher in your career, right? So we are not just here to train you, we also offer you profitable skills, we also offer you soft skills, because a lot of people underestimate the importance of having soft skills. It's not all about training. I'm a data analyst. You can become a data analyst, but you don't have good communication skills. You can be a data analyst, but you don't have problem solving skills. Over here at AMD Analytics, we also teach you soft skills, and we also, our trainings also will open international doors. So if you're someone you want to jackpot, right? Okay, everybody wants to jackpot. Yeah, you don't know the in-demand skills you will learn. Don't worry, just like my colleague said, just come to us. We're actually here to, take you step by step and guide you. So that's what basically what we do at Amdan Analytics. So thank you once again, Ijoma. So Natasha, over to you.
Okay, so
All
Natasha.
right. So, can you guys hear me?
Clearly.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ijoma. That was a brilliant answer. Thank you so much. I love the way you said yes, short and direct. We can go from
Yeah.
zero to earning, but you just need structure. That was a brilliant answer. Thank you. So, I have a question actually for Chika. I would like to know because I hear a lot of people talk about certificates, skill, just have certificates, learn, take courses, do this and do that. So there's so many things that people keep talking about. But I would like to ask which one is actually more important between certificates. I would like to ask Chika that question. Between certificates, skills, and connections, which one actually gets you paid first? Which one is actually very important in the tech world? Yeah, I'd like to know.
Right. Thank you so much, Natasha. That question is a little bit dicey, right? Certificate skills, they are both important. Connections, they are all important. However, I'm going to, state the mode of their importance, right? Connection is actually good. Connection can actually take you from zero to earning. Certificate is good. Oh, you actually did your training at AMDA Analytics. You had hands-on experience. You have your portfolio to show. You have your CV, right? That's actually good. But the skills, can you actually solve real problem? One thing a lot of people don't know in tech are techies are actually problem solvers. Anybody you see as a tech bro, tech six, I actually call them problem solvers because what they do, they solve real world problems. So first of all, I would say if you are chasing your first income, skills will pay you first. Trust me, skills will pay you. Certificate is good, right? Yes. But if I'm a recruiter, the first thing I want to check is a certificate. All right, okay, truly you have actually completed your training. You did 3 months training, 6 months. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I check your portfolio to see if actually what you said you did is actually what you did. Yes, but what I would make me hire you is your skills. And when I mean skills, there are a lot of skills. When I mean skills, it can be your problem solving skills, it can be your communication skills, it can be your consistency skills. There are some people, there are different types of skills, right? So it's actually good you know this. If the first thing I will check is a certificate, all right, okay, you've done completed your certificate, your training, so that's like a step ahead. You've actually passed the first stage of the training. But then the skills, what can you offer? Can you really do what you said you can do? As a data analyst, can you use SQL? Can you use Python? Can you use Power BI? All these tools, can you turn raw data into insights? Right? Can you analyze data? As a business analyst, can you solve business problems? Can you actually identify and solve business problems? So it's a whole lot. So all these things are things I want to see you do. These things are things I want to be sure you can actually do. Because I'm bringing you into my organization because I want you to solve our problems, right? I'm not just here to just pay you because I want to pay you. I'm here to pay you while you offer your services. So the skills, connection will help you get the job faster, yes, but skills will actually keep you in touch. Because if someone comes to me and say, "Oh, Chika, where you're working, do you actually have somebody? Do you guys need maybe for instance, do you need a data analyst, the service of a data analyst?" I would say yes, because it's my friend or my sister or my cousin. I would definitely say, okay, let me have the person's CV. However, the person's skills will determine if the person is going to stay for a long term or short term. If I bring you in because of, Ijoma has been a good person to me, and Ijoma said, oh, she has a good data analyst who can actually do this thing, and I bring the person in and the person is not doing anything, what do you think I would do? of course I'll terminate the contract. So of course connection can actually help you, but trust me, your skills will actually make you last longer on the job. So thank you, Natasha.
Thank you, Chika. Thank you. That was really insightful. Skills are paramount when it comes to tech. So thank you. I'm over to you, Joma. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Chika. Thank you, Natasha. Like Natasha said, that was a really good answer to the question. I like how you spilled out all the nuances. Natasha, I was going to ask you a question. And my question to you is, you've mentioned over and over how you had background in tech, right? So I want to ask you, based on your experience, did you really start earning with no experience, or did you just package yourself to look smarter than your actual skills before you could get a job?
Oh wow, that's a really interesting question. I have story for days when it comes to my tech background. I have
Please tell
story for
us.
days, right? Um, Funny enough, my very first tech job was in 2023. Was a remote job actually. I got that job. I didn't have any experience when I got my first tech job, right? But I was learning. I was learning how to code back then, and I was not even halfway through. I think I'd be like 30% into it. But it's actually shocking. I don't think any of you even know this story. I got employed by my teacher in his company. Yes. It's not this one not with them say it happened to me. One of my teachers actually employed me, right? And when the opportunity came up, he was like, I know you're just learning. I know you do not really have like experience because I had zero experience when it comes to tech or anything. But he said something, he said, I have seen that you have the soft skills. The major thing he mentioned was you are very proactive. And how did he find out that I was proactive? My participation in group activities while I was learning in my tech community, my participation in group activities, how I interacted with other students. I was the assistant team lead in my group. I always showed up to class, and it was like, these things are soft skills. So even if you do not have experience, these are transferable skills that can fill up, right? That can fill in the gap for you. So for me, I'd say in my own experience, I didn't have any tech experience when I got my first job, but I had transferable skills. I was proactive. I knew how to communicate. I, I, I was willing to learn. I was very curious. I asked a lot of questions. In fact, I was one of the students that our mentors, because we call them mentors, our teachers back then. I used to chat them 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Please come and help me. My JavaScript has so many bugs. Come and help me debug. I need this. I need. In fact, I made friends with a lot of teachers because I was always asking questions, and that was how I got employed. So for me, I'd say any newbie in tech, I'd say you do not have to have a tech experience to be employed. It happened to me. I have you don't have to have the experience. You just have to know what you are doing. You have to be willing to learn. You have to be proactive enough. You have to sell yourself first, because when I went for the interview, it wasn't really a formal interview because of course they saw me like an intern, so they didn't like ask me too many hard questions, but they just like, feel free, tell us about yourself, tell us what makes you you, tell us what makes you this proactive, right? I just talked about myself, talked about the kind of person I am. They were like, yeah, you are hired, this is your contract and all of that. So I'd say you do not need experience. So for our newbies watching us that want to sign up and they're like, oh, I'm signing up for under analytics programs, and how will I get a tech job? Like Chika said when we started, how will I get a tech job even if I don't have any experience? You do not need, just have the skill and be willing to learn and have the soft skills. Trust me, you will get a job. If I can do it, you can too. So yeah, thank you.
I like that. You answered so well and gave us a little sprinkle of motivation. If I can do it, you can. You heard that. I like that how you really sold yourself. Again, she said
Yeah.
she doesn't have experience, but she had the skills. She could sell herself. She walked into the room confident. These are all the things you will get at Amda Analytics. These are all the things you will get. Over to you, Chika.
All right, Ijoma, my second question for you, right? What's one popular tech advice you followed and turned out to be a completely waste of time? You know, in the tech industry, there's a whole lot of background noise, a lot of
Yeah.
things and all of that. So yeah.
There are a lot. But I think for me is when people say learn everything before you start applying. See, that advice will keep you broke for months. If you are waiting to be perfect before you start applying, you will be so stuck because the job market is very saturated. As you're learning, you're positioning yourself. So what I would reframe that advice to be is start applying for jobs as you're learning. Start showing yourself. Visibility really matters when you're learning tech. Your LinkedIn is not just there for decoration or to say, I like to announce that I've accomplished. No, you should announce that you're learning a tech skill. This is where you are. This is where you're going to. This is what I learned today. So that you're shooting yourself and positioning yourself for brands. When brands can see, when companies can see that, oh, this person is actually learning, they're selling themselves, they will reach out to you before you even finish. And when you reach out to people, they can see from your LinkedIn your journey. So don't wait until you've learned everything before applying. That advice. See, tear it, put it in the bin because except you're not afraid of poverty. But if you are really interested in getting a job, you want to learn a tech skill, you want to get a job, please trash it. Trash it. Dust your CV, dust your portfolio, dust your LinkedIn. Put yourself out there because nobody's going to do it for you. Put yourself out there. When you put yourself out there, companies will reach out to you. Thank you, Chika.
Thank you so much, Ijoma. That's really amazing. You see that perfectionist, a lot of people, that perfection. Oh, you want to do everything. Somebody told me, oh, if I start learning tech today, if I start in 3 months, will I be in my mind? I was like, in three, he said in 3 months. Do you know the owner of Amda Analytics is actually, she started as a data analyst and she has been in this field for over a decade and she's still learning. She's still, wanting to do higher, wanting to know what's trending. She's still, so why would somebody said, oh, I want to do in 3 months, I want to be perfect, I want to go from no knowledge to, a senior level. In my mind, I was like, are you serious? You don't wait to
If you're that
until you
person,
become
poverty is knocking at your door.
a
Better don't answer it. Close your
I
door
know,
with key.
I know, right? You don't need to be perfect. You don't need until wait until you start from the very big tech, fintech. Somebody said, "Oh, if I finish this one, will I get fintech?" In my mind, I was like, "You've not even get it." See, what Natasha said. Natasha said it was her class teacher. It was her teacher that hired her. So you don't need to start with fintech. Oh, you want to work? Everybody wants big organization, but you don't need to start with them. You can actually start with small organization. The truth is, you see, startups, they're actually the very best to start with if you're actually transitioning into tech. You know why? Because they will give you that grace. They will teach you, they will train you, they will break you, they will mend you. Anyhow you want, they would actually do for you. But you see, this big organization, they don't have time for excuses. You can't show up on there and telling them and tell them that this. They'll just lay your ass off, tell you thank you for banking with us and get the next person. Right. But you see,
Yeah.
startup can be very patient with you. They will teach you, you will learn on the job. You will learn, unlearn, relearn. In fact, you will ask yourself, who even send me message? But trust me, it's all about the experience. It's actually all in the journey. It's everything you need. So thank you so much, Ijoma. That's a really, really amazing answer.
Thank you,
So,
Chika.
yeah. So the next question, Natasha, over to you.
Okay, Chika, thank you so much for that. That was really, really um, insightful. Thank you. So I'll be asking you a question that has been on my mind for a while, right? I hear people, when this year started, we were hearing people saying, day one of me putting myself out there till I do this, day one of 60 of me showing, there's way they used to say it, creating content till my village people notice me. And I saw a lot. I
They
saw,
want me
I saw
talking
a
to
lot
the
of
camera.
threads. Thank you. The one of me yapping till I go viral. Different headlines I was just seeing. And but you know the funny thing, towards day 15, the trend started to die down. Towards January
Yeah.
15th, because the trend started as a January 1st, January 2nd. Towards January 15th, January 20, people were tired. Soldier don't tire, barracks don't sleep. People were already, I wasn't seeing the day one of, I'm like, una don't tire, do you get? And so I'd like to ask people, if you had your day one of 30, let's say you were going on a challenge, a 30-day challenge, and someone was to give you like, let's say 10 million naira if you were successful at the challenge, and the person says, I give you 30 days cheaper from your day one of 30 to day two of 30 and all of that to make money from tech, but you're going to learn a tech skill from scratch. What will you do? How would you achieve that? Right? What were the things you will ignore, and how would you go all in to achieve that? Yeah.
All right, thank you, Natasha. That's actually a very good question. I like the fact that you actually answer. You actually asked me one of the most frequently asked questions I get to hear as a consultant. When people consult us, when people call to say, "Hi, Chika, I want to speak to you. Is this a good time?" This question you actually asked, I get it. Like, it's one of the most frequently asked questions, right? So I would say the first thing is, before I map out a career map for a student or for anybody who's interested in it, I want to know your likes. I want to know your dislikes. I want to know your interest. I want to know your background. For somebody like me, I'll use myself as an example. I have a background. I studied microbiology in school. I'm already in the science background, but not in tech. There is the science and tech. I'm not in the IT, but already I have a science background. Okay, for instance, for somebody like me now, if I want to transition into tech, I would first of all think, okay, what do I like to do? What are my interests? What are those things that actually inspire me? What are those things I really like? Okay, what course do you think, one of what's which of the most in demand roles do you think, if I actually take today, I will start earning in less than 20 days, 30 days, just like my colleague said. So the first thing I'm going to do is my interest. What do I like? I'm a problem solver. I like solving problems, right? I'm somebody who likes to solve problems. Whatever the problem is, I would always come through with a solution. So for somebody like me, because I'm already a problem solver, I would say, okay, business analysis, because business analysts are problem solver. They identify and solve business problems, because it's already an inborn thing. I'm somebody who likes to solve problems. Friends, family, whenever they have problems, they'll pick up their phone and call Chika, because they believe, oh, Chika has all the answers in the world. Chika has the problem solution to all the problems in the world. So that's like already a step ahead. I'm already thinking of the business analysis field. But however, if I actually want to take it through my career, my background, I'm going to say data analyst. Why? Because I'm already in the science space. I'm already in the healthcare space per se. As a microbiologist, I already know how to, carry out microbes. I know these parasites. I know microbes. I know how to carry out some tests and all of that. So what will I do? I will become a data analyst in the healthcare sector. That's very simple. So these are the two things I'm going to think through. That's how I actually draw people, students' career map. I don't just say, okay, because I feel cybersecurity is in demand, oh yeah, take cybersecurity. No, I ask you your likes. What do you like doing? What are those things? Somebody told me, I want to take project management training. I said, do you like coordinating? As a project manager, you will coordinate. Oh, you will be in charge of things. You will coordinate. She was like, hey, yes, I actually like that. That's actually one of the things that I actually do as a child. Growing up in a big family, I'm the first child. I used to coordinate. I said, okay, yes, you're already a step ahead, right? So what I will do is take data analyst. I will become a data analyst in healthcare. Do you know the kind of money I'll be earning? Do you understand? This is actually one of the most in demand roles today. Organizations are looking for us. Yes, I'm Natasha and Ijam. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you guys are not microbiologists. You can't relate. I understand. That's fine. But however, I would take a data analyst course. And when I mean I will take the data analysis, I'm not going to go through curriculum and take trainings that is going to stay for 2 years, 3 years, just like Natasha said. Some people would say, oh, 3 months is too small. Will I be able to learn in 3 months? Yes, if you want to, you can learn in 2 months if you want to. It's all about your willingness to learn. Somebody said, oh, my cousin actually did a training of 1 year, 6 months. She did not learn anything. Talk more of these 3 months. If I now do training of 3 months, will I learn? Because your cousin does not want to learn. If your cousin is actually willing to learn, trust me, a year and 6 months is enough. It's a whole enough. It's a whole enough. And another thing I will do is ignore background noise. There's a whole lot of background noise in there. Oh, cybersecurity. It's not saturated. Data analysis. Those are the full everywhere, Jerry. A business analysis. Nobody they find it. People will discourage you. But know what you want and be focused about it. So my own, day one in as a data analyst. Come with me to the office as a data analyst. Tan, 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 tan. You see all those people. Yeah. That is it
Yeah.
for me. All right. Thank you so much, Natasha.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Chika.
much, Chika. That was really really mind blowing. Thank you so much for that. I really like the way you said you're going to pick something that has a shorter duration, right? Instead of, you just have 30 days. Imagine wanting to become a DevOps engineer when you have just 30 days. DevOps engineering is one tech part that takes like 2, 3 years before you can be grounded, before you can even start. So I like the way you said you're going to go for something that has a shorter time frame. That way you're able to reach your goals faster. So yeah. Over to you, Joma.
Okay, Natasha. Thank you so much, Chika. First of all, I really, really liked your answer. You took us through a very lengthy, funny journey. Thank you. Natasha, if someone has learned a tech skill for months and they're still not earning, what can they be likely doing wrong? Why are they not earning money yet?
Hmm. They're applying wrongly. First of all, there are a lot of factors that affect not landing a tech job quickly. A lot, right? But I'd say first of all, you're applying wrongly. You're not applying to jobs where your chances are higher. Yes, from experience, I'd say that's number one. Because you just finished a tech skill, you just finished learning 3 months, for instance, and you're applying to senior roles. Now, there are roles that will not state that they are senior roles, but when you read through the job responsibilities, you will see that this one passed me. Avoid those kind of jobs. I know some people that they just apply randomly. They're not focused. They don't have like direction. They're not making sure that the jobs they're applying to are tailored, they're a good fit for them, right? It's just like shooting blanks. That's one of the reasons why people do not land the job fast and are not earning fast, right? So I'd say for me, when you want to start applying for jobs, go for jobs that you stand a higher chance. Jobs, internships, go for internships, right? Or go for entry level roles. That way, even if you tell them, oh, I don't have experience or I just finished learning, they will gladly train you. Nobody's going to hire, nobody's going to put out a job vacancy for a mid level role and then they're training you. It's not possible. So go for jobs that are more suitable for your level. That's one. Two, your CV. Make sure that your CV is rightly tailored to the role. Stuff like keywords, because right now most companies use ATS, right? They use most HR companies use ATS machines to read CVs. So your CVs most times are not even read by an HR person. Let me give a quick story. Last year, when I was getting rejections back to back, I think middle of last year, I had to pay an HR, yes, for a one-on-one consultation. I met her on Twitter and I was like, come do a career consultation for me, come look at my CV, come speak to me, right? And she was like, that was when I found that she said, most if 100 applications land, maybe 100 people apply for a job, the HR ends up reading maybe less than 20. That's what she told me. That we do not read your CVs as much as we think we do. We do not. So they scan it through the machines, right? They scan this thing. Some even use AI to just run it, and all of that. So first of all, you have to make sure that your CV can pass the ATS test. You have to make sure that you are taking the words from the job post and infusing them into your CV. Make it flow naturally, right? With every line in your CV. That's the second thing. So that way, when your CV passes the first test, then an HR can now look at it and be like, okay, I think this person is a good fit. Let's shortlist this person. So one, apply for the right post. Two, tailoring your CVs. And then I'll say the last one is they don't know how to pass interviews. I will keep singing this every day. They don't know how to pass interviews. If you do not know how to pass interviews, if you like be very good, be as good as Mark Zuckerberg, you will not land that role. That's the truth. I take interview prep very personal, right? Because I know that I've seen people that are really, really good not landing jobs just because they do not know how to frame their answers correctly. They do not know how to express themselves under tension because there's this tension that comes with interviews, right? Some people do not know how to handle it. They're having sweaty palms. And it's a virtual interview. Yakubu, relax, relax. You're not even seeing the person and your palms are sweating, right? You're not even seeing the person, you're shaking. Why are you shaking? Just a human being like you. So, but if you already know how to prep for interviews, you already understand the psychology behind answering interview questions. You'll be shaking, you'll be anxious, you'll be tensed up. When they're asking you questions, you're answering smoothly. And at the end, you're even asking them questions, and they're like, this person knows what they're doing. So for me, three things: apply rightly to the right jobs, tailor your CV well, and thirdly, know how to pass interviews very well. So yeah, I believe.
Thank you so much, Natasha. I like that. You were lucky giving them tips. I almost stopped to that. Wait now. Wait. I'm stopping you because as AMDO, we do that. Your CV will be tailored. We'll teach you. We'll also give you interview prep. So, like Natasha said, some people have interview anxiety. I also have interview anxiety, but AMDA Analytics was one of the places where I learned how to pass interview. How do you answer questions? How do you ask them questions? How do you seem confident on camera? It's just like Natasha said, it's just your phone. Nobody's going to beat you. Yakubu, you need to really relax. Anyway, thank you so much. But don't forget, we do offer interview prep, CV review, LinkedIn and Upwork optimization as well. That's part of the things you're going to be paying for. One-time payment. You're not paying extra payments for that. You will not be like Natasha that went to go and pay HR. No, your HR is already embedded in your course. Okay. Yes, Natasha, I'm shading you. I'm shading you. Over to you, Chika.
All right, thank you so very much, ladies. This is actually a very amazing question. But before we leave, I would like us to advise if you are to give someone who wants to transition into tech one advice, what will it be? What would that be? Okay, let's start with Ijoma. What would that be? Just one advice.
I'm going to tell you what Nike has been telling you this is. Just do it, because if you let fear hold you back, the future you want is attainable. You want it because you can do it. What's stopping you is because you think, because you don't know, you're going to look somehow. But just do it. Enroll for the course. Show up. People who enroll, they don't know everything. They don't.
Yeah.
They might not even do the math, or don't know. They don't even know anything about technology. But somehow they showed up every step of the way, and they know their building portfolio. So the only thing stopping you from your dream life, from your dream job, is you. You're the person stopping yourself. You're overthinking it. Be like Nike. Just do it.
All right, thank you so much, Ijoma. Very direct. Do it. Thank you, Ijoma. Natasha, just one advice for those who wants to transition into tech.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Clearly.
Um, okay. So for me, I'd say if I'm to give one advice, it'd be build in public. Build in public. While you're learning, build in public. Make sure that you are out there. Carry your skill on your head. Your skill is your market. You see the way Abike shoe vendor used to post every day on WhatsApp. As you're waking up in the morning, you are seeing her status. Come and buy heels, 25K. Come and buy slipper every morning. Whether you buy, you know buy, you will see her status, right? That's how you should market your skill on your head. And one thing is that at Amda Analytics, we do this build in public is something we take really personal. Our new,
Mhm.
our last cohort that we started in in March, they are currently on a 90-day LinkedIn journey where they post whatever they are learning every single day on LinkedIn. I personally am the one tracking their progress, and so I can tell you for a fact they have really grown. Yeah, I have like two students that when they started this posting on LinkedIn, two of our students, you will see some of their posts, you just know that this person is just a beginner. But I can tell you now, it's been 5 weeks, but they can now create content very well. They can express themselves better. They are attaching screenshots and proofs of what they done. I'm even seeing dashboards. Like I'm seeing data analysis dashboard. I'm like, clock it. Those are my people, right? Do you get? Ichema can bear me witness. She's a social media manager. I can see dashboards. These are people that when they came, they didn't really know these things. Some will even say, "What is SQL?" Shena, what is it all about? But today, they are using SQL to manipulate data. They are doing a lot of things. So building in public has really helped them. In fact, one of them sent me a DM and she was like, I am now very confident. Before she was scared. What will my village people will see me on LinkedIn. They'll laugh at me. But today she's posting. In fact, let me shock you. There was one day she posted 4 posts in one day, building in public. She has more confidence. She's now selling herself. She's telling people what she does. She even said she's speaking to her sisters. Yeah, she's just telling them that, oh, I'm learning data analytics. And truth be told, in no distance time, I'm sure she'll land a job. So yes, build in public, and at AMDA Analytics, we are going to hold your hand while you do that. So yeah, that's one advice I would advise anybody.
Thank you, Natasha. We are giving you guys free tips. You see the way it's flowing. That's what we do at Amda Analytics. We actually what we say. What we say is what we'll do. Do you understand? So that's what. So for me, I would actually say be consistent, right? Be consistent. Consistency pays a whole lot. It actually plays a huge role in this tech journey. Be consistent. Forget about excuses. I'm going through a lot. Forget all those runs. You don't need them. be consistent. Just like my colleague said, you see Abike shoe vendor, you see those ladies that cook and sell small chops every morning. In my mind, I'll be like, they sleep at all. We wake up by 7 o'clock, they've posted. You see how consistent they are posting. Sometimes I had a friend while I was in school, she used to sell clothes. The way this girl posts on WhatsApp, at a point I stopped viewing her status because whenever you wake up in the morning, she has already flooded the whole WhatsApp. And I told her, oh, you must be really making so much money because the way you post, she said, don't tell anybody. Since I started posting, it's been 3 months I started my business. I've not even gotten one sales. I was like, are you serious? But how do you get that motivation to still post? Which she said, if I don't motivate myself, who will? I was so moved by that. I was like, are you serious? She said she has not made any sales in 3 months. Yet every morning she's posting. In the afternoon, she's posting. In the evening, she's posting. So that's what consistency means. And today she has a big store where she sells clothes. In fact, she imports clothes from China now. You see what consistency can do. So be consistent in your journey. So thank you so very much, everyone. If you actually stayed up to this time, it actually means, oh, you mean so much to us. It means so much to me, to Natasha, to Ijoma, to all of us as a team at Amdor Analytics. Thank you so much. And don't forget, we are currently running a 90% discount offer across all our training programs. If you're interested in taking data analytics, business analytics, AI engineering, AI automation, project management, just come to us. Don't worry. If you are confused, come to us. Just speak to anybody, just tell anybody, I want to transition, but I'm confused. We have consultants who will actually reach out to you, draw career map for you, and make sure you are actually on top of your career. So thank you so very much, everyone. Bye, guys. Bye, Ijoma. Bye, Natasha. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.